Okay, welcome back. So today we're going to work on a super easy rainbow sparkly pot of gold. So I'm starting out here with my white chalk pencil and I'm lining out the pot of gold, so the pot, and then I'm going to kind of create these lines that are going to be like a rainbow burst coming out of the pot of gold. Now I'm going to take some Liquitex gesso and just kind of give a base coat to the entire design, because these Mexican beach pebbles are very smooth, very slick, and it's hard to get really good coverage on them. So I want to just give it this little bit of a base coat so that the colors will pop and even the black will just go on nice and easy. It has some grip to it so that the paint won't be sliding all around on the Mexican beach pebble. You know I've been on a kick with my Craftsmart multi-surface premium satin paint, so we're going to use those for the rainbow. Now that I've got the gesso on there, I'm going to take a pink chalk pencil and just kind of recreate the lines for the rainbow piece, and then we're going to jump right in and start adding the color to the rainbow. So I'm starting with the pink, and then I realized that I didn't quite go far enough with my gesso, so I'm going to come back and add a little bit to the side there to fill in that piece of the rainbow, and we'll come back and keep adding the pink. So I'm just going to follow the colors of the rainbow, except that I substituted pink for red. So we're going to go pink, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. And I'm going to take a couple extra coats of this because I didn't do the gesso quite as thick as I could have. I'm thinking if I'd have gone back, I'd have maybe put the gesso on more solidly, and that would have helped with these colors. But it's totally okay. These have good coverage. They're also multi-surface, so they have a little bit of a sheen to them when you get them on there. So I'm just going to get all the colors of the rainbow on there. It's going to look like a burst coming out of the pot of gold. So I'm working backwards. I'm going to do the rainbow first and get all of the colors on there with multiple coats to make sure we've got nice bright colors. And then we're going to work backwards and work on the gold. So because the gold's going to overlap with the bottom part of our rainbow, I'm going to come back with the Liquitex gesso and just create my little pot of gold there and cover it up a little bit so that the gold paint doesn't have to work as hard. My gold paint is a little old, so it's a little thin, and so it just needs a little help. Just needs a little help to make sure that it's got good coverage. And this took 2 or 3 coats to get a nice solid gold color on the paint. And then we're going to continue working our way down the pot of gold and take some black paint and fill in that pot, I guess. It's like a kettle pot, I guess. Makes me think of cast iron, the way that pots of gold are portrayed. So I think of cast iron because my husband loves to cook in cast iron, so that really dark, black, heavy metal is what it reminds me of. Now we're going to come back up to the top of the rock and work our way down again. So I'm going to take some of this extreme hologram glitter paint, and we're going to cover all of the rainbow starburst with the hologram glitter paint. And I'm not stressing too much if I'm overlapping onto the gold, because I'm going to use a different chunkier glitter on the gold. So I'm just kind of letting it flow, making sure that the rainbow pieces are covered first. Then we're going to take this chunkier holographic illusions glitter paint that's gold and this silicone tool and pat this gold glitter paint into our pot of gold. So this tool works really well because it's got kind of a flat edge on it. The dotting tools work also, but sometimes it gets gooped up or you just can't get as much down at one time, and I like to put this particular glitter on really thick, just because it's got so much dimension with the large chunks of glitter and the small glitter in it as well. So I'm just using this tool to make sure I go all the way around to the edges, and then once I get all of that on, I'm going to come back around and hold that tool up vertically along the top of our pot of gold and just make it kind of uneven because it doesn't want to be perfect. There are little lumps of gold in there. Now I'm going to take a black paint pen and give a little bit of definition to the lip and the outer part of the pot of gold. And then I'm going to take a fine eyeliner brush and some white paint and just add that reflection onto the pot of gold. And there you have it. It's going to be somebody's lucky day when they find this little pot of gold out there in the world. Thank you so much for stopping by to watch, and I'll see you next time. Take care.